What is good, Ninja? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the P Nintendo Switch and Gaming News video. Today, I'm in a really good mood because I got to play Fire Emblem Warriors for about an hour or so live. Thank you to everyone who came out. Plus, I will be playing more, so make sure you check it out on the channel. We'll have a lot of Fire Emblem Warriors content going up, so hit that subscribe button and notification bell in order to stay up to date on the latest information. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into today's news. So I was speaking about Fire Emblem. Let's go ahead and continue on with that. Fire Emblem Warriors update 1.1.0 is out now, and right on cue on launch day, Koei Tecmo and Nintendo have prepared an update for Fire Emblem Warriors. Those who purchase the game will be able to receive the latest patch, version 1.1.0. The Fire Emblem Warriors update adds battle results to the game's history mode and a new feature for sorting in-game weapons. You should be able to pre-order the DLC as well, and you can also expect the usual bug fixes. Now, as far as bugs go or anything, I had an issue to where I couldn't hear the volume. All of you guys who watched my live stream, the character voices, that was having an issue. The music was fine, everything else was, but just the character voices were not working for me. Although I did start to download the digital version, but then had to cut that off because it was going to take way too long, and I proceeded just to open my physical version up and play that. So I think that might have caused some issues here and there. Other than that, I haven't heard of too many problems. I was playing on the quality mode for the live stream and it worked just fine. Obviously the 60 frames per second mode would be better to play on in terms of just the user experience, but the quality mode or whatever the case is, it works just fine too. You're just pressing buttons, slashing people up, and it looks considerably better than Hyrule Warriors in my opinion as far as the quality mode goes. Now, and I still need to play it on performance mode more, and I still need to try it out in handheld and see how that works there. I'm downloading the Japanese voiceovers in addition to the DLC or season pass, so I can get the bride outfit for Lucina. I think you might be able to wear it for different characters too, but for Lucina for sure. So I am going to have all the experience for you guys. I'll get my review or my full or final impressions probably in about a week or so, maybe right before Super Mario Odyssey. Then I'll go ahead and drop that video where I have a brand new format talking about games. It's going to be like a review, but not necessarily like a 100% like here's a score. You know, it's going to be very different, so look forward to that. Not going to be too long either, but I definitely need to get some quality time in with the history modes and all the other stuff that the game offers, because there is a ton of content in this game. So how are you guys liking Fire Emblem Warriors on the Nintendo Switch? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the next article here, the Disgaea 5 developer shares info on the Nintendo Switch porting process as far as what they had to do to get the game running on the Nintendo Switch from the PlayStation 4. So a portion of Games Radar interview with Disgaea 5 director Takehisa Masuda. Quote, "This was actually my first time working with Nintendo hardware. I feel like we were overthinking things considering how smoothly everything went. In Disgaea's case, there are only a handful of areas where the hardware specs might cause a bottleneck. We expected everything to work okay, like it did on the PlayStation 4, and when we actually ran the tests as expected, it ran without any problems. We knew there would be some issues, such as animations that relied heavily on the PlayStation 4 specs, but we knew this would be an issue from past porting projects. So we just accepted it as fact and plan to optimize these areas little by little." So basically what he's talking about here, there are certain areas or there are certain parts as far as the animations go, probably during like the dual animations with Disgaea 5, to where pretty much since the PlayStation 4 has just unlimited resources for what they're trying to do, there's just so much that they have there as far as RAM and everything, they can just put it there and it runs fine. Whereas with the Nintendo Switch, not so much in certain things when it comes to RAM or when it comes to what they need in that particular situation on how they coded the game for the PlayStation 4. Doesn't mean that the Switch can't handle it or look just as good or run exactly the same. It's just that there's different architectures as far as how it works, so you have to just make sure that it's optimized for that platform. So of course in the end, pretty much the game looks identical. I can't really see any issues as far as the game when it comes to Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. It runs just as smooth. It's in 1080p, it's in 60 frames per second. It looks great on the Nintendo Switch, and I definitely recommend Disgaea 5 if you haven't picked it up and you're looking for a really big strategy RPG to play, I guess before Fire Emblem drops. It is a really good game, and there is a ton of content. It's called Disgaea 5 Complete for a reason, because it comes complete with literally every single thing. Now on top of that, you also get some achievements, so just like the PlayStation, as soon as you get that achievement, it pops up. Now you can't share that with anybody else, but you can take a snapshot and send it to people on Twitter and all of that. So yeah man, it's a complete game. It's very good. You're going to get hundreds upon hundreds of hours of content. There is so much stuff to do in that game. It's almost like daunting. It's like a daunting task to get through all the content. There's all the DLC. You're going to be playing that game for hours. It's still $59, believe it or not. It's been selling steadily pretty much throughout the year since it launched back in May. I know that NIS America and the Japanese branch were happy with the sales, but obviously I think it can do a bit better. So if you guys haven't picked it up at this point and you're looking for something like that to play, because I know some people, you know, money right now is a little bit tight for everyone because of all the games coming out this November, but if those don't fit what you're looking for, you can always pick up Disgaea 5. I definitely recommend it. It is a fantastic game, great art style, really cool characters, and a lot of content for you to get through as far as just going through stuff, man. Seriously, like, it's hundreds of hours of content. So check out Disgaea 5 complete on the Nintendo Switch if you're looking for that style of game. And what do you guys think about what they had to say as far as the porting process? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the main topic here, the Doom Switch developer says that the port has been wicked hard as far as porting Doom to the Nintendo Switch, and wishes gamers didn't focus on tech specs over fun. So Panic Button is leading the way with some big third-party announcements for the Nintendo Switch. The studio was first assigned with the task of putting Rocket League on the Nintendo Switch and is also working for Bethesda on the Doom port. Now, speaking with Games Radar, Panic Button's Adam Creighton said that for Doom, the scalable technology made the port more straightforward than maybe it could have been. However, it was also wicked hard. Here's what Creighton had to say first. Quote, "It's been hard, wicked hard, but I would expect it to be. This is a title that is so frantic and action-packed and gameplay pure that getting it to work correctly on the hardware is really important to us. And we spent a lot of time trying to make sure it measures up from the lens of does it feel like Doom." Now, elsewhere in the interview, Creighton did express some disappointment that gamers tend to focus on technical specs of a title rather than how fun it is. Creighton noted, "As a gamer, I like the hardware a lot. As a developer, I'm grateful to be bringing games people don't expect to the hardware, and when they're announced, people say, 'What?' And then, 'Oh, that makes total sense.' This might sound defensive, but I'm bummed some gamers focus on frame rate or resolution and don't focus on is it fun or does the gameplay feel good? I know we're working hard to bring quality games to the hardware which we develop, to make them enjoyable on the TV, to make them enjoyable on the go. I'm proud of my team. We're working hard, and we're not leaving anything on the table." So I really like what he had to say here. And yeah, that's the thing, like, focusing on tech specs and focusing on resolution and frame rate, that's fine if you do so, but the first thing that people should say is fun. Like, that's the first thing. Is this game fun? More so than anything out there. I see way too many times, even on my channel, what's the resolution? What's the frame rate? Rather than, whoa, is this game good? Or does this game play good? Or is it fun? They think that resolution and frame rate directly translates to fun or something like that. A game can run in 30 frames per second and be more fun than a game that runs in 60 frames per second. There can be a game that runs in 4K 60 frames per second, and it can be not as fun as a game that runs in 30 frames 720p, or whatever the case is. It just depends. Is the game fun? And I know with this case it's a little bit different because we've played Doom, or people have played Doom on the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and those run at a higher resolution, at a higher frame rate and everything, and it's pretty much the same game, right? It's the same games that we're getting here, but on the Nintendo Switch it's 720p 30, so that's why there's a focus on that. But you have to realize one thing more than anything. The Nintendo Switch is a tiny little device. It is literally the size of like a small tablet, alright? And you can take that anywhere that you want, and it's going to be fun to be able to take Doom anywhere that you want on the Nintendo Switch. Being able to just pop it out, play during a football game or play during a basketball game, be able to take it anywhere you want. To me, that creates a situation to where I can have fun where I wouldn't be able to have fun on the other systems. And to me, that's enough to buy something that I wouldn't have normally bought beforehand. Now, obviously, if you're talking to the people who just play games at home, it's a little bit different and don't care about portability, but I think a lot of people obviously care about portability, or portable systems wouldn't be some of the best-selling systems of all time, like the Nintendo Game Boy, like the GBA, like the Nintendo DS. You know, these are some of the best-selling systems of all time for a reason, because people do love the ability to be able to play anywhere, and that's how they get fun out of a game. And Doom overall is already fun. It's an already fun game, even if you put it at 30 frames per second, all of the people who have played it said it's still a blast to kind of go through and be able to take it anywhere that you want. It's just another added layer. And on the Nintendo Switch, it's cool because you can just switch back and forth. It just gives you more opportunities to play a game than you wouldn't have, depending on your lifestyle. So I do wish that gamers would focus on fun, but it's okay to talk about the tech specs. Heck, I do it all the time. Obviously, you don't want a game running in 480p and 10 frames per second or anything like that. You want it to be acceptable, but I think once it's at an acceptable level, I think people should definitely focus on, is the game fun or not? And I think the Nintendo Switch version is definitely going to be fun, especially for those who are a bit finicky like myself and like to play games portably lying down in bed, like to play games while I wait for my daughter while she's coming out of school. I can play right there in my car. Nintendo Switch is great for that. So I do feel this is going to be a great port of Doom. It is understandable that he's saying that it's wicked hard in order to get this port. Obviously, you're going from PS4, Xbox One, and PC over to Nintendo Switch. There's a specs difference there, especially for what this game is trying to accomplish. I understand that, but they got it done, and I think that's the biggest thing between the Nintendo Switch, what Nintendo's done before with their previous handheld and home consoles, where their architecture probably couldn't have worked at all without like crazy types of optimization and people in there, but they were able to get it done, and that's all that matters. So what do you guys think about what Panic Button had to say here? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier, be entered into win some awesome prizes. Plus, we have Discord voice chat and prize eShop tournaments. Also, make sure you check out our brand new YouTube live gaming page and consider sponsoring PlayerEssence. When you do so, it works very much like Twitch, to where you can earn custom emotes. It also gets you entered into my friends list in order to participate in prize tournaments. So check out the link in the description below to consider sponsoring PlayerEssence right here on YouTube Gaming Live. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.